Kaguya Otsuki. Kaguya Otsuki came from the heavens below. From the heavens she descended, right, to the earth. There was the land of that, and these other, warring, these hunter-gatherer people, basically, they had communities and shit, they had, teepees and tents, they were, living like, swords and bows, much like, the real world. They didn't have chakra and all that extra stuff, right? Like these people didn't give a fuck about trying to learn sage jutsu or anything like that, and they probably could have, but these people didn't do all that shit, right? And they were just using swords and bows and other things, and they were ruling land. This guy of the land was like, that woman's beautiful. She like anything. I've never seen shit like that before. I want this girl, right? And she is like, she ended up, falling in love with this guy a little bit. But she also was there for a purpose, right? So she was like, well, I can't be doing this shit, I I gotta, absorb the. Basically, she's trying to create a chocolate fruit and absorb the powers of it, so she can become powerful. But that's basically draining the resources from the planet. Um, and she, starts doing this shit, and she has her kids, Hagoromo and Hamura, and then she's like, keeping them sheltered, closed off from, the other human beings. They do that over there, and then eventually, they go somewhere else. They never come back. You don't have to worry about that, son. Don't worry about that. Um, but like he gets older and he's more curious. He's a man. He's like, fuck this shit. I go out. He goes out there and he sees and he's like, oh wow, okay. She is pissed now, so she's like, uses her other son to fight against, his brother. They then fight for 10 days straight. She's using the power of, the tree that becomes the 10 tails, right? This tree, you know, it's powerful. Kaguya is using it in her own powers too to fight against her son. But her sons finally got the edge on her, 10 days and 10 nights later, and they boxed her into the moon using true planetary deception. But she had a plan, she had insurance, basically. She was like, oh, this black, blonde became Black Zetsu, and, years and years later, he became the guy who, he manipulated everything, the Akatsuki and Madara and Nobito, everything, right? To get her to come back. She came back fighting Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke, they were having a hard time. She was changing time, spaces, and all kind of shit. They actually also needed some support from Kakashi and Sakura during this fight, so she was no punk, man. Um, but like we didn't see that shit coming until Madara was gone, right? Um, 98 for her strength, 98 for her speed, 99 for her durability, 99 for her endurance, 96 for her intelligence, 99 for her experience, 95 for her close skills, 99 for her range skills, 98 for her recovery, and 99 for hacks. 98% for the overall power score, and A main, she like didn't die. She was sealed away again. That's all I need to know that she was the most powerful person in Naruto. But be cool, call in the corner, and let me know what you think about her in the comments.